Hey guys, Chopu from GoVaporize.com, and I found this information I wanted to put together for you, and I posted on my blog, and it's historical facts about marijuana and hemp. And just to give you some highlights from it, you know, for 3,000 years prior to 1842, marijuana and hashish extracts were the most widely used medicines in the world. And Benjamin Franklin started one of America's first paper mills with hemp, allowing the colonial free press free from English control. The U.S. government distributed 400,000 pounds of cannabis seeds to American farmers. And yes, I say cannabis seeds because it's cannabis sativa plant. Hemp and marijuana come from the same plant. Yes, hemp is the male, marijuana is the female. Okay. Now, another thing that we see here is archaeologists have agreed that cannabis was among the first crops purposely cultivated over 6,000 years ago. It's been grown for probably 12,000 years for fiber, and it's been prohibited in the United States effectively since the 50s, even though the prohibition started in 1937. For those of you who may not be aware, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson both grew hemp. Ben Franklin owned a mill that made hemp paper, and Jefferson drafted the Declaration of Independence on hemp paper, and Betsy Ross actually made the first flag from hemp fibers. So hemp actually has a huge impact on the founding of our government and our country. And we have a lot of really good information in this story and article here that I put together. Abraham Lincoln's wife, Mary Todd, actually came from one of the richest hemp growing families in Kentucky. Really cool information here. Another thing that some people may not be aware of is that one of the primary reasons that the War of 1812 was fought was because of hemp. And the reason that that statement can be made is because Moscow was providing the majority of the hemp being produced in that time. And they had made some contracts that the French weren't happy with, and Napoleon wanted to cut off Moscow's export to England. So that was a primary reason for the War of 1812. Another thing is the first crop grown in many states was hemp. And in 1850, actually, it was a peak year for Kentucky, and they produced 40,000 tons. And hemp was the largest cash crop in the United States until the 20th century. And for those of you who don't know it, marijuana is actually becoming one of the largest cash crops in the United States. And in many states, it is the #1 cash crop, including California. So this has got some really good information in it. You've got information about how Henry Ford built a Model T, not only made from hemp, but made to run from hemp fuel, you know, which Rudolf Diesel, the creator of the diesel engine, actually made the engine originally to run on vegetable oils like peanut oil and hemp oil. So there's a lot of really good information in here that you really need to check out. And again, the reason that I do these videos is to get you thinking and to get you to do your own research. You know, don't just sit back there and watch my video or read this article and even take what I say as the gospel. You know, just get out there and read it for yourself and find out. And you'll find out, like so many other people are finding out, is that marijuana and hemp are tied together. And, you know, it comes from the same plant. And the thing is, you know, this is a rare plant, you know, that actually has almost like a sexual recreation process, because you have a male and a female version of the plant. And it's the male plant that is the hemp, and it's the female plant that produces the flowers that marijuana is made from. And really, the two ruin each other if they're grown in close proximity. So you really can't have somebody growing marijuana along with hemp without them ruining both crops. So what we need to do is we need to have a rational and reasonable debate about this, because there's really no reason for it. You know, whenever you go back and you look at the research and you look at the studies and you look at the comparison between marijuana and other things like tobacco and alcohol and pharmaceutical drugs, there's absolutely no reason whatsoever that it's even illegal. So we need to do something about it. Check it out, guys, and I'll see you on another video.